Hello, it's Bunea and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing something which I don't usually do because typically it's a type of video which I'm actually quite bad at, and today we're actually going to be doing a card review. So in the past I've done deck reviews, and if you're new to my channel don't watch those because they're actually really bad and really unfaced. But today we're actually going to be doing a card review of the New Blood. So yeah, today we have got the releases of Repel, who is a very fun card, hand spinner who looks like he would be a very good sort of opening card in the FC. But the main card I want to talk about is this one, which I cannot pronounce. So yeah, essentially, instead of me being like one of those good Urban Rivals YouTubers like Sonia who would go through and talk about all these cards, I'm just going to talk about one of them because, you know, talking about just one of the cards is enough, so, you know, I feel like it suffices. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about who I think is pronounced Rueda Buena. That's my best guess. Like, if I'm completely wrong, then I'm sorry, but yeah, we're going to be talking about this card, and typically I would like to say, this is like who this card is based on and all that stuff, but this is one of the rare cases where I don't immediately get the reference of who the card is meant to be, so I don't really know. I'm sure if I look up, if I look in the comments, then someone will tell me, but I don't know. So let's have a brief look at the art. I don't actually know who the artist is, so let's just try and see if we can look on Urban Rivals and see who actually did the art. So let's have a look. It is DJ. So yeah, I just had a quick look, and this is the same guy who actually did the art for Dr. Lysa, so you know it's obviously pretty damn good. But obviously, when it comes to reviewing a card, the main thing we want to be talking about is the ability, the bonus, the power and the damage got there eventually. So yeah, the main thing which makes this card super amazing in the opinion of when it comes to a lot of the Urban Rivals players is that this card is one of the, I think it's actually the first Bangers cards which actually has a base power of 8, which is not 5 stars. So I can't remember what other Banger cards on the top of my head have 8 power, but I know there are certainly not many at all. So see that Urban Rivals have finally released a card which is not 5 stars and it's got 8 powers, and yeah, it's pretty good. I know it was something the community were quite fighting for the longest time, so it's nice to see that they just kind of conceded and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll just give you this card anyway, have fun. So yeah, naturally, since this card has got 8 power and Banger's bonus is power plus 2, it means that as long as you don't have SOB, this card has an unstoppable 10 power, so I really cannot fault anything like that. And due to the fact that, like, even if you don't have a bonus, like 8 power enough, like that's going to do quite well, so it means that Rueda Bunea naturally is quite safe against attack manip clans in my opinion. So yeah, especially considering the fact that it's only a 4 star, so that means she's at even less risk at clans like Hive who have the equalizer bonus as well. So yeah, like it's pretty damn good, and especially when you consider the fact that if she does have her full power, it means that it's 10 power, and even against like say uppers, that's practically just 1 pill gone, or if you're going against Montana, then you're only losing 2 attack in general. Like, it's pretty damn good. And yeah, so that's basically the power in a nutshell. I know I'm explaining this really badly, but I'm just going to persevere just because, you know, card reviews I don't do them too often, so you're just going to have to deal with me rambling and all that stuff. So yeah, with her being 8 power and all that stuff and having power plus 2, I feel like she's not really vulnerable to SOB at all, just because even without a bonus, like, she'll go far. But the real risk is really copy opponent's bonus, in my opinion. But the main thing I want to talk about when it comes to this card is the bonus, and that is equalizer damage plus 1. So this bonus really, this ability really saves Rueda Bunea, because her main sort of weakness is that she does have quite a low base damage. So if you don't have that ability at all, then she's a lot less useful than she otherwise would be, and like, due to that fact alone, and I know in game modes like EFC, there are a lot of SOA, so in a game modes like EFC, then Rueda Bunea would be quite useless, just because you're not really going to be able to do too much with her free damage, but holy damn, she's buff. But as long as you have your ability, which is equalizer damage plus 1, even if you're up against, say, a like 2-star card, you're going to have stats of 8-5, which is more than sufficient for a 4-star, so it means that even if you're up against the weakest of cards and you don't get the most out of your equalizer, you're still going to get a very well-rounded card regardless. But naturally, if say you use this card against a 5-powered card, then that means you're going to get a card which is virtually an 8-8, and that is pretty damn ruthless, especially if you have your bonus, which then means it'll be a 10-8, so yeah, this card is certainly very, very threatening for cards which have quite high star counts. Like I said, even if you're up against a 2-star, like, it's not too bad, but you still got pretty much the more than above average stats for a 4-star, and then if you're against 5 stars, then your opponent might as well just quit the game just because I wouldn't want to go against that, so why would they? Yeah, that's enough of me rambling about Rueda Buena. I know I've not really made too much of a coherent point when it comes to her, but yeah, it's me making a review video, so of course it's going to be super rambly. So, when it comes to this card, generally I think it's pretty damn good. So, usability of this card, I think it's really damn good. Obviously, if you're against SOA, then it's a lot less useful, and there are far better 4-star options over Rueda Buena, which I would use. But if you've got her bonus and her ability, then she's pretty damn ruthless and a very, very solid card indeed. So, when it comes to game modes, in Fight Club, I think she's perfectly playable. Like, you shouldn't have any problems with playing her in Fight Club at all. When it comes to DT, in Type 1, I wouldn't really play her, because obviously you want to be using more low-star cards, and although technically she could replace, say, your 5-star in your hand, so you could replace her instead of playing something like Shan. I don't know if I would, because I'm sure there are far better 4-stars in manga she could be using. When it comes to EFC, I know there's a lot of SOA in there, so she wouldn't be all too useful. Like, she's good power-wise and all that stuff, but since you won't be gonna equalize, so you won't be able to do too much damage against your opponent, so that's not really any good at all, so I don't know if I'd use her. And then Survivor, I don't know, like, she could be good, she might not be good. For Survivor, it's a lot harder to predict what your opponents would be playing in there, so I don't know whether she would be a good pick or not, but she might come in useful, she might not. Like, why don't you go find out? Because I don't know. So yeah, that's my very sort of crude review of his cards. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you also, from this video, have realised why I don't typically do card reviews, just because it's not really my thing at all. So, to end this video, I'm going to give this card a review, not a review, I'm going to give this card a score out of 10, just because that's something which everyone does, and for some reason, just the number can dictate whether a card is good or not. But I would probably give this card, I'd say an 8 out of 10, like, it's not bad, like, it could be far better, but yeah, it's pretty damn good. So yeah, I hope somehow you got something out of this video, and if anything, hopefully you've realised why I really do not make card review videos, just because I'm no good at explaining stuff. But hopefully you found it entertaining nonetheless. So anyway, I've been Itzzwan, thanks for watching, and goodbye.